Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Not the not the best song for a child to be singing, but that was Matilda by Harry Belafonte. My siblings and I used to dance to it as children. All of us like diaper-clad, shaking, singing through breakfast. Some of my favorite childhood memories. I've kept a diary as long as I can remember. Fell off the bandwagon later in life, but I still do occasionally. When you look at a piece of writing that you made many years ago and it's a previous version of yourself that's embarrassing and silly and naive and it's so cringy to read, you know, the thoughts of your teenage self. But then someone was telling me recently, oh, if you don't cringe at it, then it means you're the same person and you can still stand by all the things you once said, which means you haven't evolved at all. But the fact that, you know, you're embarrassed by a past version of yourself means you've moved past it and become someone else that is more mature or more sensible. It's like, that's a nice way to think about it. And so I went back and I dug through all my old journals during like Chinese New Year spring cleaning. I found all kinds of crazy things. So this was a journal from 99. I was 8 going on 9. Shall I read it to you? It's so funny. Okay, this entry is titled How Feelings Feel from March 1999. Feelings, what are they? Feelings are intangible. Any fool knows that. But as for me, my feelings come in a color or shape, but most of the time a sound. I live in a world of music. Like a sound would flash in front of me or ring in my ear whenever I get a particular feeling. Therefore, I am forever aware of myself. I am underconfident, self-conscious. I hate it. As a child, you're not supposed to feel that yet. You're supposed to be youthful and bold and think you're the best. But I don't think I ever had that. Prior to certain events in my life, I was always this happy-go-lucky kind of everything is water off the duck's back. But a few things that happened changed me and my body. I have had instances of assault at various points in my life. It's hard to remember your body and feel like the same person and to maintain the relationships that mean a lot to you and learn to simultaneously enjoy the relationships that you still have while still trying to unpack what has happened in the past, I think. I think I found some peace in making work and experiencing the conversations that come out of the work. Being able to create things that resonate or are human in the silliest and smallest of ways that connect me with people. I think I've found some meaning in that. I can sing you the most unlikely line that seemed to resonate the most with people who heard the song. And I'll probably play it for you later. And it goes, one day I'll build a kitchen of my own, spatulas and mixing bowls, hanging by a busy stove with you. And if you leave me, I won't fall again. Mourn the world and let it end. I'll pick up my pieces and let you. Because one day... It's a bit of a while from here. I'll skip to. One day I'll be brand new. The line in the song is a response to surviving assault and feeling like my body wasn't mine. You know, you kind of live outside of yourself for a while. So I think one day I'll be brand new was me telling myself that I should stop wishing every day that I will find an old version of me and feel like pre-event me, you know, feel like what I once was. And maybe if I threw that out the window and just looked for a new version of myself, that I could be happy. I've realized that I like people most when they are vulnerable. And I feel the most connected with someone when they share something with me that's difficult to share. And I see so much more of who that person is. This dude I'm engaged to has made a lot of these things much, much better. Just for the first time in my life, I think. Sorry to all my exes and everyone who's been close to me. But I think I've always had my walls up in some way, at least some walls. And I finally met a person with whom I think I can be my ugliest, messiest self and still feel safe and held. When people learn how to be safe spaces for each other, to just be themselves with no pretenses, no airs, no performing of an identity. And then these are the people you hold on to and want to grow old with. Having people who think of me that way is so precious. It's nothing I take lightly. have to read this to you. I'm looking for a poem that was written for me by a 15-year-old boy in, I think, was almost my last year of teaching. And he was this rough, broken, difficult boy that took me a long time to earn the trust of. So it's extra precious. I should keep this in my pocket at all times. I might tattoo it on my body. And I'll read it to you. He said, "My language is always not enough. I only have small words. But you are the only one who tell me my small words are good and help me to grow them. And although I cannot even make good sentence, you teach me poetry. Next time when I grow up, I want to talk to you with big words." I can't ever read. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. It's like the most beautiful poem ever. Coming from a boy that couldn't even look me in the face, he was. And just learning the struggles that he went through at home, so heartbreaking. And he would never talk about anything. He was completely switched off all the time. Why am I so special that I get to be the adult that you want to grow your words for? It's like, who am I, And I still feel really honored to be that person for a kid I had no idea I was making any impact with. And I guess I found later in life that sometimes the words that move you the most are the smallest or the quietest words. I think at the base of all humanness is pain, and learning to, I guess, tame or control or soften the pain of yourself and of others. And I think it's the of others that makes life really beautiful, when you see other human beings who've discovered ways of making things or struggles less painful for people around them. And maybe that's the most beautiful thing about human beings. I took a long time to learn how to appreciate the little things and truly, not just on paper, but truly, deeply be grateful for every moment between human and human that is meaningful, that is precious. It took me a long time to learn how to hold those things dear. And I guess my hopes for the world through music, because I'm biased, through music, but through film and through books and poetry and stories and dance and all the wonderful ways that human beings express themselves. Learn more and more as each generation goes by that we are all very similar. That people celebrate the joys and connections between people. Just finding magic in a universal human experience. It's the kindness of people teaching me to be kind to myself, in that if I can put food on the table and I have people I love who love me, then, what more can I ask for? One day I'll wake up with someone I love, watch him stir and laugh a laugh, freer than the freest laugh around. And as you sleep, I'll sneak away and brew coffee for our days anew, fresher than the freshest brew in town. One day, one day, one day, I'll be brand new. One day I will build a kitchen of my own, spatulas and mixing bowls hanging by your busy stove with you. And if you leave me, I won't fall again. Mourn the world and let it end. I'll pick up my pieces and let you, because one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, I'll be brand new.
Thanks to all of you who helped make this film possible. All of our films are totally crowdfunded. So if you'd like to continue to support us on our journey, check out our Green Renaissance page on Patreon.